Hey guys, welcome back to Aquariums and Under. This is going to be another update on my tank, and I've only got a couple new corals since last time. I got this acan here and that acan there, which I got for a really good price from my local fish store. And I haven't got any more fish yet because there's a few fish that I really want to get because I've made like a stocking list. And they're like the only fish that I'm gonna put in my tank. I might add a couple more because it's not a really heavy stocking list, but it involves like a couple more rastas and like maybe a tank. That's pretty much it. But so here's the tank. Everything's running really well. Everything's expanding like a lot. Like this torch coral here is one polyp, and it's probably it's probably about the size of, I don't know, probably the end of this turkey baster, which I don't know how big that is. Probably about 5 centimeters across, which is pretty big for a single polyp, and it's looking really good. And with the hammer here, it's being touched by the torch coral, but I was just been monitoring it to see if they've been stinging each other, but they haven't been bothering each other, so I'm just going to leave them there until unless they start to fight each other. And the montipora, it used to be there where the hermit crab is, but I moved it over here because the torch coral was stinging it, because I didn't expect this to inflate as much as it has. But it was stinging it, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the update on what's in the tank. But yeah, I've also got down the sump. You can't see. I don't have a torch. I thought I had a torch around here, but there is 2 bags in here. One bag here, which I got from my local fish store, and one bag here, which I got from another reefer. And the bag from my local fish store has a cactus coral, which is a type of SBS, which I'm gonna put somewhere on here. And it's like really like fairy, and it's like bright, but it's like bright green, probably about like similar to the torch corals, which are more green in real life than they are in the video. And then I got some green star polyps, which I'm not going to put them on a rock because I know those go crazy and take over all the rock structure and kill the coral. But my plan with those is to grow them on the sand bed. I'll move this torch coral, but I want to grow like green star polyps down the middle of the 2 rock structures. And I've been watching some videos on how to do it, and some people can do it, some people can't. It's luck of the draw on whether it's willing to grow on the sand. But if it doesn't grow on the sand, I'm just gonna stick it up here. Probably not on the overflow, probably stick it on either side. Because on the overflow, I'll come around this side of the tank so you can see it better. The rock bridge is touching the overflow, and if the green star polyps gets onto the rock bridge, then it'll spread over the whole rock structure. So I'll make sure that it doesn't get on the rock bridge. So I'll put it on either side of the tank on the walls. And I've also got a shipment, like not a shipment, it's like a little delivery from Exotic Agriculture, which is over east in Queensland, I think. I'm not quite sure though. But they sent me, the same people sent me the mesh like my lid. They sent me like camera filters. I got 6 of them for a really good price from their website. And I'll just go quickly put all the different camera filters on. And so from reddest to yellowest. And the first one, this one's red, which it does look really bad at the moment. It makes everything just look red and crap. But when the lights are, this is on daytime lights at the moment, but when the lights are all like blue, is just the blues on, then that filter works really well and at cutting out the blue. And this is like a reddy orange one. Looks pretty bad as well, but that again, when it's all blue, it makes it look really nice. And this one here is an orange one. It does a pretty good job at cutting out the light. Apart from it makes the blasto especially makes that look like completely different to how it actually looks. But this hammer here is neon yellow ruler, makes it green. Same with the trachyphyllia, makes it green as well. But yeah, also you can see on the rocks here, there's algae growing. With the lights on, you can't see the algae, but with when the lights off and this is the light from outside coming into the tank from the sun, you can see the algae. It's got a bit of algae growing over the rocks, which I'm not too worried about. It's not like hair algae or bubble algae. It's just normal algae. And now here's the next picture, which I reckon this one's my favourite. It does a really good job at cutting out all the blues, but you still get like the real colour of the corals. And then this next one it does a pretty good job as well, but I don't like this one as much because it changes the colour of some of the corals, but it still does look really good. And then this yellow one, I don't really like too much. It looks green, and even with the lights on all blue, it still does an alright job of cutting out. It doesn't do the best job, but yeah, this is the average one. I don't really like it too much. But so they're the different camera lenses at the moment. There's like a little piece of clear plastic something, but it does a really good job at cutting out the blues. And so with the equipment, everything is working well. Everything in the sump and over there is doing well, and yeah, everything's working really well. And so while the corals are floating in the sump to get up to temperature, I'm going to do a water change. And so with my water change siphon, what I did, because this goby here, whenever I put anything in the tank, like a tube, because I feed the tank with the turkey basters, because a whole block of frozen fruit is too much for all the fish. Or for the fish, there's only 2 of them. So I feed them with that so I can get the right amount into the tank. But last time I was doing a water change, he got a little bit adventurous with his tube. He didn't go in the tube, but he got really, really close to the tube. And I didn't want to risk it going down the tube, even though I'm only just draining it into a bucket. Don't want to stress it out by letting it go down the tube. So I got a bit of the clear mesh from that I got from Exotics Agriculture, and got a lucky band, and just put it over the end, and put the lucky band on, which stops the fish from going down. But yeah, I'll get into doing the water change now, and I'll take out about 30 litres, maybe a little bit more, till the tank level is probably about here, when the water's probably about here at the moment. So take out that much out, and then I'll add a bit more because there's not too much water in the sump, which you can't really see at the moment, because I was adding quite a bit of corals with all this, all these corals here. So there's not too much water in the sump. So I'll get into the water, doing the water change now. Alright, so I got this. I took some water out the tank into this bucket when I was doing the water change. So I could dip the coral. So I just took 4 litres out, because that's enough to dip in. And so I'll just pop open the corals now, chuck them in the bag. And while they're dipping, I'm going to clean the cup in the skimmer. So I'll see you when I've got them into the bucket. So I've got the corals in the bucket and the dip in there. I've set my timer for half an hour. And now I'm just gonna suck up some water with the turkey baster and go around and just put jets of water onto the coral to try and blow off any pests that are on there. And I'll do this at the start, and then around 15 minutes in I'll do it, and then when it's like about 25 minutes in, when the dip's almost finished, I'll do it again. And I'll also got all my tools here. The scissors aren't really tools, they just cut the bags open. but I got some tweezers. There they are. So a toothbrush and a torch just to like shine on the coral, pick out the water and look at the base of the coral to see any pests, and the toothbrush to like rub off any like eggs or something that's on the base of the coral, and yeah, so I'll give it, after about 5 minutes, then I'll just give it a little inspection, give the coral a little inspection, see if there's any pests on them that I need to get rid of. And I also got these dishwashing gloves, so because when I was dipping before, I think because a little bit of the dip was getting in through my skin, it was giving me headaches, but now, last time when I dipped the 8 cans, I used the dishwashing gloves and didn't get a headache. So I'll go on to inspecting the corals now, and I'll tell you if I found anything. But when I was putting them into the bucket, I didn't really see anything. I gave it a quick little look, but I'll give it a good look now and see if there's anything there, and then I'll come back once they're finished dipping if I don't find anything. And the chiller's still on at the moment, but I found nothing in the frags. They're still going. They're about 12 minutes in. But now I'm going to clean the skimmer. And for this, I like to I don't really bother with like cleaning out the with turning it off. I just to clean it out, I don't bother turning it off. I just pull it off because it comes off pretty easily. Probably going to be a bit hard with one hand, but give it my best shot. Yeah, I'm going to put the phone down. I'll put the phone down back in a second. So I've got it off, and I'm just going to leave the skimmer on. It doesn't really make much of a difference whether I turn it off or on. And I'm just like holding this up so it drains out into the milk cartons, which then I'll just take the tube out the milk carton and go wash it out. So I'll see you when I'm at the sink. I've got my skimmer cup in the sink, and how I clean it, I just put it so it's got the water slowly coming out, and I use the toothbrush, and I just give it a rub on it, like inside there and the outside, and then I'll clean down with it as well. This tube I don't really clean down. I just make sure that there's the water's flowing through it, so it's like not clogged up, and then it'll be fine. So I'll be back once I've got the skimmer all clean. Got the skimmer cup all clean, and now what I just do is just pick it up and just put it straight back down the hat. It's super easy to get it on, and then you just get your hose and just put it into the milk milk carton, which I'm not too worried about emptying it out now because it's not full yet. This is probably about 2 weeks with the skim, mate, because I've been running the skimmer not very powerfully because you got 2 fish in the tank waste to take out, so it's not gonna get that much waste to take out either. And with the bubbles, I gotta turn it down. It's a bit high now because I had I changed the skimmer settings. Got the water a bit lower in my. Well, I changed the amount of water going to the skimmer because I had the little focus. I had the water a bit lower in my sump. It was probably a bit about down here because I didn't have any more water left because I just buy water from my local fish store. Camera's not going to focus though. Does that help? I don't know. But yeah, it's not focusing. But I just buy it from water from my local fish store because I don't have an RDI machine, and it helps pretty cheap anyway. So it's about the same cost of an RDI machine, and having to swap out all the parts in it. But yeah, so I've got to change my skimmer setting because when you clean out your skimmer cup, you don't want it to be all the way up. You don't want the bubbles to be all the way up to the top, because if they're all the way up to the top, when you just cleaned it, it's going to start overflowing quite a bit once it gets a film around the edge of the cup. So I'll turn that down and I'll get onto the corals now. Got a turkey base the corals and then rinse them off in this bucket and put them in the tank. I'm thinking to put in the cactus coral right there and the green star polyps put down here, and move that torch coral maybe over here or down there, maybe up on the rocks somewhere around here, maybe there. But yeah, so I'll get on to doing the turkey base of the coral, and I'll be back once I've got the corals done and ready to put in the tank. So with these corals, I'm going to end the dip early on them because nothing's coming off and I can't see anything on it. So I'm just assuming that they're pretty clean corals, and I'll add them to the tank. And also, the person I was talking about for the zoologist at the Zoa garden, he responded to me today and said that if I'm still keen on the zoas, that I can get them ready in about an hour for me. So after I add these corals in the tank, I'll be going around to his house and pick up some zoas. And he has the same tank as me. He's got the Aqua Reef 300, I think it is. I'm not sure what it is. I bought it second hand, and it doesn't say what the exact model number, what the exact model name is. But it doesn't really matter what it is, model name is. But he's got the same tank, and his tank is just packed with zoas. I think he's got a list of about 40 different zoas that you can buy. And his sand bed has just rocks of zoas all over it. And the clumps are they're about as big as this ricordia clump, which is a big clump of ricordias. They've got masses filled with zoas, and got like only a couple other corals, but just zoas. That's all he has, pretty much. So we'll be going around to his house and getting those zoas, and then I'll dip them and we'll come back. I'll show what they look like in the tank. And same with the cactus coral and the green star polyps. So end this dip early. They've got about 3 minutes left on the dip. It's not going to bother with because there's nothing to come off them. And I'll add them to the tank. And we're going to rinse them off in this bucket because you don't need the dip going in your tank. So I'll see once I've got them rinsed off and in the tank. I've got both the corals, and I've got the cactus coral in here at the moment. But I reckon I'm going to move it a little bit up to the spot right there because I don't like the look of it like at this angle, and I think it's going to like it. Like the bottom half down there is not going to like it very much. It's not going to get much light or flow. So move up there, get much higher light and much higher flow for the whole coral. And yeah, I'll be back when I've done that. Yeah, it still looks a bit odd up here, but it looks much better. I reckon it's going to like it a bit more. It's going to get more light all over it. But yeah, it's a bit hard to place it. You can see there the chilice is kicking on. Might be a bit hard to hear me, but it looks a bit odd just because of the shape of it. But once it's grown on, it'll look good. And I'm really liking the colour of this. So I get this, get one of these lenses that I showed you earlier. Try out this one too. This one does. Oh, nah, try another one. That doesn't. Yeah, nah, not really. Okay, this must be better. Oh. Nah, nothing can really. I'll try the yellow one. This other one again that I put on. Yeah, it's the best I can do to pick up the colour. But it still doesn't really show the colour. It shows the colour all the other corals, but it's not the cactus coral. It's like super duper neon blue. Like really, really neon blue. And this green star polyps. Yeah, I'll have to move it again. Didn't really pay attention to where I put it. But I'm going to have to move it across. I'm going to move it across a bit because it's pretty close to those acans, and those acans are pretty aggressive. But the last step of maintenance I've got to do is scrape the glass, and I just use this. Oops, knocked a smart off. But I just use this mag float. I'm not sure what size this. I've got no idea. I think it might be large. Not sure. I use this mag float scraper to scrape the glass. So I'll get scraping and I'll show you how it looks when it's finished scraping. And also the reason I like this mag float is because you have to go over the spot with alga like once or twice to get rid of it with this blade here. And I know lots of people like the flipper magnets, but I'm not really the biggest fan of flipper magnets. On my old tank, I used a flipper magnet, and I just didn't really like it too much. It didn't do the best job at scraping off the algae off the glass, but I really like this mag float. So I'll get back once I've finished scraping the glass. So I've just gotten back with these zoas, not focusing again, of course. Let's take them out for they've almost done floating. I set up a new. I've got the old dip here. So I've set up a new one for them. But so in here I got the one on the left is rastas, and other two I'm not sure what order they are, but I've got some bam bams and some goblin of fire, which look really nice. So the bam bams are like bright orange, and then the goblin of fire is like orange outside with a like green center, and they look really good as well. But I'll set up a new dip, and I come back once I've got them in the dip, which the dip it should be pretty clean as well. Like with the green star polyps and the pavona, with the cactus coral, I'm surprised how clean that that cactus coral was, because it came from a local fish store, and lots of stuff from there is not really that clean. It's clean, but not super duper clean. And that what do I call it? Green star polyps, yeah, that came from Simon's tank. So I'm not surprised it was clean, because if he's dipping all his corals and stuff, there shouldn't be too much pest on it. And then the and same with these zoas have come from someone else's tank, so they shouldn't have too many pests on it. So I've set the dip and I'll be back. So I've got the dip going again, and I'm going to be doing the same thing as last time, doing spraying them with water from the turkey baster at the start and then halfway through, and then just for adding to the tank, and then I'm rinsing them. But you've already seen this, so I'll just come back once I've got them in the tank. A while since I got the zoas down on the rock there, and when I was putting them in, I knocked the Monty off, so I just glued that back on. And the green star polyps, it was open, but it's closed up again now, probably because I moved it a little bit across. But then the zoas, the goblin of fires, got one polyp like half opened. The bam bams are pretty much fully opened, and they look really good. And the rastas here haven't opened the whole time. But also with the frags, I didn't glue them at first, and I still haven't glued the bam bams, but the goblin of fires got knocked over, and same with the rastas, they got knocked over as well. So I started to glue those two, and the bam bams are like jammed in there, so there's no way they're getting knocked over. But they're looking really good. Well, the bam bams are, and the goblin of fire, that one half open one's looking pretty good. I haven't seen the rastas open yet. I've seen him open in his tank, and they're gonna have similar colours. He uses 226s, which is the same type light as this, apart from it has 2 pucks down there instead of 1. So it's got basically 4 primes. And the cactus coral, that's looking really good. You can't really see it on video, but it's looking really fuzzy. And what else? These the acans here. The ones at the back are really fluffy. They're really puffed up, and the one in front has a bit of damage on the skeleton there. But that damage didn't see on me. That was on it when I bought it, but they were such a good price, and the damage is like it's gonna grow back. I might as well pick it up because it looked really nice as well. And this torch coral is still a bit pissed off from me from out, like, and I moved it across about 5 hours ago. It's still pissed off at me, because it hasn't opened as far as this torch coral has opened so far, but it was open a decent amount, but now it's pissed off again and closed up. Yeah, I reckon that's it. Oh, also on this Monty, I think it was a vermeted snail. I hadn't seen it like film or tentacles, whatever it is, that sticks out to filter feed. That stings the coral. But I think I'm pretty sure it was a venomous snail because there was little, like 2 little antennas coming out of a hole in the coral. So I decided to re-dip the coral, and it seems to have gone. And I've got on this Monty here. Can't really get a good image of it. There's a little red spot that's appeared, and I'm not quite sure what it is. Try to get to focus on it. There it is there. Not quite sure what it is, but if you know what it is, you can just leave it down in the comment section down below and let me know if I should dip it or what I should do with it, because I'm not quite sure. I might end up dipping it. And also, oh, there's one last thing. The other Monty. Back to the other one. It has this little like anemone sort of thing there. Not sure what it is. It's like brown with a little orangish mouth and a little like dark blue tips on the tentacles. But I'm not sure what that is either. I don't know if it's good or not. It might be harming the coral, because if you look above it, there is a little bit of what looks like tissue damage where it's touching the coral. So I might have to remove that. But I'll just leave it to see how it goes. And if I damage it any more, then I'll have to remove it. But that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.